Hi guys, this is a video I've been wanting to do for a while now, and it's on a very important topic regarding the use of antibiotics in agricultural animals and how it's related to humans becoming antibiotic resistant. So to break down the video, we'll be looking at what are antibiotics, why are they used on animals, how do antibiotic resistant bacteria travel from animals to humans, and what are the effects of them on humans. And in part 2 of the video, we'll see how to counteract the effects of these antibiotic resistant bacteria on us. And that part is really important as there's things that we can do, such as going organic, and it goes a long way in counteracting the effects of these antibiotic resistant bacteria. So let's begin by what are antibiotics. Antibiotics are a class of drugs used to treat bacterial infections. They work by either killing the bacteria or inhibiting their growth and reproduction. Antibiotics target bacteria by interfering with essential bacterial processes such as cell wall and protein synthesis, DNA replication, or metabolism. There are various types of antibiotics, some of which you've heard before, such as penicillins, tetracyclines, and fluoroquinolones, and they each have their own spectrum of activity and specific mechanisms of action. It's important to use antibiotics only when prescribed by a healthcare professional and to complete the full course of the treatment as directed, because incomplete or inappropriate use of antibiotics can contribute to the development of antibiotic resistance, making the drugs less effective in the long run. Now, why are they used on animals? Why are antibiotics used on animals? Exactly for the same reasons as they are in humans. One, to prevent and control disease spreading among livestock, and two, to treat disease. So when animals do get sick, antibiotics are used to treat bacterial infections and promote their recovery. But antibiotics can additionally be used on animals to promote growth and to improve animal welfare. When I say to promote growth, it's been found that low doses of antibiotics are growth promoters in food-producing animals. The mechanism behind this effect is not entirely understood, but it's believed that subtherapeutic levels of antibiotics can alter the gut microbiota of animals, leading to improved feed efficiency and faster growth. And when I say antibiotics improve animal welfare, by preventing and treating infections, animals experience less suffering and have a better overall quality of life. So animals can live in unfavorable conditions, but their yield and growth will still be excellent. However, the problem with the use of antibiotics in agricultural animals has been of growing concern because there is overuse and misuse of antibiotics in animal agriculture. This excessive and inappropriate use of antibiotics can contribute to the development of antibiotic-resistant bacteria in animals, which can be transmitted to humans through direct contact or consumption of contaminated meat and other animal products. This is a significant public health concern, as antibiotic-resistant infections in humans can be more difficult to treat and pose a higher risk to public health. So it has been found that antibiotic-resistant bacteria can travel from animals to humans through various routes, with some of the primary transmission routes being 1. Foodborne transmission. So this is the consumption of contaminated food products from animals, and these bacteria can contaminate the meat, poultry, or dairy products derived from these contaminated animals. And if these products are consumed without proper cooking or handling, the antibiotic-resistant bacteria can enter the human body and cause infections. 2. By direct contact. So, direct contact with animals or the environment can lead to the transmission of antibiotic-resistant bacteria. So, people working closely with animals, such as farmers, vets, or animal handlers, come into contact with animals carrying resistant bacteria, and thus can allow for the transfer of bacteria from animals to humans, especially if proper hygiene practices are not followed. 3. By environmental contamination. So this basically means that the resistant bacteria is originating from animal waste, which enter the environment through runoff or improper disposal practices. and that can contaminate water sources, soil, and even crops. And humans can come into contact with these bacteria through contaminated water, soil, or by consuming crops irrigated with contaminated water. And 4, it can be transmitted through zoonotic infections. Some bacteria are just naturally present in animals and can cause zoonotic infections in humans. And if these bacteria are resistant to antibiotics, the infections they cause may be more challenging to treat. Examples of these include MRSA, multi-drug resistance, salmonella, and certain strains of E. coli. So what are the effects of the use of antibiotics in food-producing animals? Already we've talked about antibiotic resistance. So that is the development and spread of antibiotic-resistant bacteria to humans, right? So in humans, obviously, we can grow more resistant to antibiotics because of the antibiotics that animals are being treated with. And also the transfer of resistant bacteria to humans, which makes it difficult for infections to be treated with standard antibiotics. But additionally are human infections. So in some cases, antibiotic-resistant bacteria originating from these food-producing animals have caused infections in humans. Like I mentioned earlier, MRSA is an example of it. And these infections are more challenging to treat due to limited antibiotic options. And also, fourthly, is disruption of gut microbiota. So the exposure to antibiotics can disturb the natural balance of bacteria in the human gut, potentially leading to health issues. And lastly is allergic reactions. Some individuals may have allergic reactions to certain antibiotics commonly used in food-producing animals. And if residues of these antibiotics are present in food, consumption of this by allergic individuals can trigger allergic reactions. Thank you all for having watched this video till the end, and I hope that the video was educational and that you benefited from it. Please tune into part 2 of the video where we'll be seeing how to counteract the effects of these antibiotic-resistant bacteria on us. And as I said, that part is really important and that there's several things that we can do to counteract these effects. Okay, thank you, and hope to see you in the next video. Please like, share, and subscribe. Bye!